Hello, beloved. It's me, Robin Hallett, intuitive healer and light sparkler at robinhallett.com. And this is Tea with Robin. On today's episode, perspective and miracles in times like these. This is the way we're going to get through. I'll talk about you being of service and shining your light. Our inspiration will be getting into the good stuff, and we'll have a beautiful letter, something so important, which is sharing your gift at this time. All this and more. Come grab a cup of yum yum and meet me here. Before I begin today's episode, I want to invite you to a free healing circle with me this Thursday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. For more information on that, check the show notes or robinhallett.com/healing-circle. And now, on with the show. Well, hello, gorgeous friend. Welcome to another episode of Tea with Robin, episode 81. 81! Well, I never thought I'd be recording an episode during a time like this. And I am so glad, I have to say, so glad that we have an established love posse together, and you and I are in that together. We belong here together already. Just think about that. There are so many good things to see and notice about this time, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And also, I should say hello. If you're listening here for the first time, hi, it's me, Robin, and I welcome you to our love posse too. Thanks for being here. So, my friend, how is the weather in your heart? Boy, if there was ever a period in time where I could really say, we are in this together, this is now. Globally speaking, we are all going through something together. Wowzers. So how is it for you? How is the weather in your heart? I hope you are doing wonderfully well and choosing to ride through now in a beautiful way as best you can, that you're honoring and caring for yourself and choosing to be a light in a potentially dark place. That's my wish for you, my hope for you. Over here, it's a beautiful day. I am recording on Sunday, the day before this airs. I learned my lesson last week. So I'm recording the day before this airs, and I love the knowing that I'm in the fresh moment with you now. It's almost like we're talking live. So doing good here, feeling all right. We're hunkering in. I keep forgetting the term, staying at home, sheltering in place, whatever it's called. Illinois, where I live, they decided to start that effective last night, and I'm happy about that. I'm feeling good. So I've been here cooking, not cleaning, no projects, nothing like that. Just resting, relaxing, and hanging out with you. If you're on Instagram, you know that I've just been there, very, very engaged, and that's what's feeling important to me now. So that's where I am, and I feel pretty good. A little bit tired, but I think that's to be expected for all of us. And if you haven't seen any of the videos I've been doing, I've been going live every day at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on Instagram, and I look like little critter. I never knew my eyes could have bags on the bags, but there you go. So big question of the day is, did you bring a cup of yum yum? Did you? I have. I tell you, if there's ever a time to break out the good stuff, it is now. And I have some tea I hoard. Sometimes people give me presents. They mail me things like tea in the mail. I also got a care package filled with toilet paper this week. Thank you to my friend Pat. That's hysterical. Every time I sit down, I think of you. But I also have some tea here. So I've got some Twinings, like orange something tea, and it's really yummy from a friend. So I'm going to raise my glass to you, raise my cup to you, and say, I love you. We're on this ride. We're better than okay. The truth is, in this moment, we are shining and glowing and in this love bubble together. So cheers to you. Cheers. Oh, so good. Want to say a special shout out to you mamas and papas who are figuring out what homeschool looks like for you. Home with the kids, home, home, home. You are amazeballs, and yeah, wow, cheers. You're doing it. Cheers. So today, I suppose let's begin at the beginning. This is a time for us to put our practice into forward motion. You're here, I'm here, we're on a spiritual ride. Every book, every video, every podcast, every retreat, every meditation, every healing, every self-care move we've ever made has been, in a way, a dress rehearsal for this time now. This is the time to put your practice into play. And this is it. This is what we're doing. So we're finding our way to digging deep and being grounded and remembering what's truly true. And that is, you are a being, a light sparkler, connected to the divine, connected to God, connected to the light, however you want to call that, expressing yourself in this individual self now. And we each must remember that this now is always new. Now is always new. So if you find yourself dragging things into your now about the past, or pulling them into from the future, your worries, your panic, your terror, your uncertainty, I would suggest we keep practicing. Now is new. And in this moment now, the only thing that's happening is, for example, I'm sitting here with a cup of tea talking to you, my friend. That's it. I'm breathing. The sun is shining. Matter of fact, there are 2 birds doing it outside the window. Oh my goodness. It is spring after all. It's like the world did not cease to spin in its orbit because of what's going on. Life is going forward, and that's a beautiful reminder. So yeah, in this moment now, here we are. It's a beautiful opportunity to practice being in your spacious presence, sharing a breath with yourself, allowing yourself to rest. This is a time for us to be in service. If you identify as a light worker, if you identify as somebody who's awake, if you call yourself awake, then the word service is a part of that. This is a time for us to be of service to one another. And I've been talking about this a little bit on Instagram in the videos I'm doing. Each of us has a thing that we're about. We're really good at it. There's something we offer. It's something we do. It's a natural skill, ability, a natural talent. It's something that's pretty effortless, and we're doing it all the time. I'm going to invite you to consider sitting with what that is for you and be that now. Be that now. Offer that now. Me, my one thing I would say is healing, is love, is that energy of connection and reminding us who we truly are. And so the one thing I'm going to be offering is service, is these reminders. I will be here consistently showing up every Monday on the podcast. I'll be doing these lives on Instagram. You know what I'm saying. And wherever I can, and that is in any text message, in any phone call, in any video call, in any healing session I do, I will be consistently me offering that light to you. I gotta have at least one rhyme in every episode, because I did say I'm being consistent. And so I'm wondering what it is that you could be offering now. What can you offer now? If you're not sure, if you're not clear, if it feels hard, it's easier than you're making it. Some of you know how to do things, the rest of us don't. There you go. Do that. Some of you feel called to check in on each other. Do that. Some of you are feeling inspired to run errands, go to the store for somebody who cannot. Well, there you go. And some of you feel called to really be a voice, a soothing voice for your own friends and family. Good. Do that. So be thinking about this time and consider it as a time of service. I do not feel any of us will be exempt from having something powerful to share. And you've probably been getting guidance on what it is for you that you could be doing now. Haven't you? So speaking of guidance, I talk a lot about being in the flow here and receiving guidance from your inner being, your inner knowing, the one that's connected to God, the one that is the spark of the divine, This part of you is always guiding you on. And if you have any struggle at all with receiving your guidance, receiving the wisdom, knowing what to do at this time, I would suggest that you start practicing quieting yourself a little bit in the day and tuning in and seeing what the voice is saying to you, or what the impressions are from the voice, what this felt sense is of this energy that is inside you that is telling you what to do. It is definitely there. It's as simple as placing a hand on your high heart and saying, "Speak to me. Let me know." And at the risk of repeating myself, I've been sharing this a little bit in the Instagram lives I've been doing. You can ask for a sign that your guidance, that your guide, your angel, the energy is with you. You can ask for a sign. And it goes like this. We can do it together now. If you're curious, if you're interested, if you want this kind of support in your life, here's how we do it. You place a hand on your high heart. You take a deep breath. And you say, "Speak to me. I'd like to know I'm being held in love. I'd like to know you're there with me. I'd like to know. And please give me a sign that you're there." And then you go ahead and name the sign. Don't leave it open for interpretation. So all day, everything you see, you're like, "I wonder if this is my sign." Say something specific. The other day I said, "Show me," and the sign is oranges. And within an hour, I had a text with the word oranges in it. And the next day I had some physical oranges brought to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So you can ask, "Show me, show me, show me you're with me. Show me I'm being guided. Show me some magic numbers today. If you like those magic numbers, 111, 222, 333. Show me with the animals today." You never know. One day I was trying to record a YouTube meditation outside in the backyard, and I had been talking about this very thing, just knowing we're connected, knowing that there is this sense of oneness and we're never alone. And wouldn't you know it, our neighborhood coyote, I call him Floyd, came bounding in and was sitting right across the fence from me, staring at me, just like out of nowhere all of the sudden. Those are the kind of things, and it was fine and I was safe. Don't worry. All was all right, but nothing but love and sweetness in that moment for me, and the reminder that I'm being held and loved and all is well. So, dig a little, let yourself go a little deeper with this kind of stuff now. That's what this time is about. And Eckhart Tolle, he put on a live the other day. If you go to YouTube, you'll find it, his most recent video. Of course, there'll probably be a few more by now because he said he will be checking in often. That's such a blessing of this time, isn't it? People we love to learn with, to receive from. They're offering more things at this time. It's like the veil is so thin. There is a lot less structure and editing, and you don't have to sign up or pay for things. We're all here offering and sharing what we can. It's beautiful. He shared such a beautiful passage from the Bible, and I'll read it here too because I think it is such a encouraging reminder to us all. This is from Matthew 7:24. Build your house on the rock. Everyone who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise person who built their house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, but it didn't fall because it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words and does not do them will be like one who built their house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. So his video, you can check it out. But the point is, this is that time to dig deep and to remember that you, and the house is you, by the way, the house is you. So we dig deep and we remember that even in this time, we are so deeply rooted that nothing can disturb our safety and our peace, and that all is always well. And we're riding in that place. I feel it is so important to remember that because times like these, and I'm not sure when I've ever lived through a time like these. Obviously, I don't really remember the AIDS. I think that was probably for us in the U.S. the biggest. I was a bit young there to really know what was going on, but I do know that times like this now really lights up the trauma body for us. So if you're feeling some of that energy from times that came before, times when you were feeling small and unprotected and unsafe and terrorized and terrified, if those energies are being lit up for you now, remember this passage and decide to build your house on the rock, which means to allow yourself to be steeped in the light of spirit, the energy of prayer, the energy of offering things up to your higher power, the energy of being reminded of who you truly are. This is our practice. the verse about the sand, I think is so fascinating because to me, it's like pre the coronavirus world, maybe we were more materialistic, more involved in our ego shenanigans, more busy with acquiring, accumulating, vanity stuff. I include myself in there as well. And that's the house on sand. Obviously, none of that can sustain us now. We need to move into this other place. So I would never want to tell you what to do, but my loving suggestion is to begin, if you don't already, and I know a lot of you do, to begin a practice of every day receiving some spiritual wisdom, some loving support, some caring mentor, and then deciding on a practice for your day, a word for your day. I continually choose enthusiasm and happiness. Those are my words. To have a word for the day. Remember at the beginning of the year, sometimes you pick a word for the year, and then I know me, like by February, I'm over it. I love a word for the day. So today my word is exuberance. I am in my exuberance and in my energy of joy and delight, and I know it is helpful and healing to you and everyone around us. So, this is my loving encouragement to you now. Just remember, times like these will always highlight your past trauma, things you've been through, remind you of scarier times, and it's your job to be so very loving and kind, and as if a mother to a child, as the most amazing mother to a child, from you to you. Be loving. Enforce good boundaries, self-care boundaries. Disconnect, unplug, and do not allow yourself, if you notice you're getting upset with something you're receiving, taking in, reading, watching, conversations somebody's having with you, do not be afraid to stand up and disconnect. This is so important now. We don't need to be terrorized. It is not helpful. There is no amount of fear that can help you. And you'll only answer fear with more fear. So disconnect. Get out of there and remember what's real. Love yourself. Love yourself. And I think about it like this. When the kids were little and they were having a very hard time, I remember this one day, number one kiddo was crying so hard. She might have been like 3 years old, 2 years old, 3 years old. She was crying so hard and so loud, it filled all the floors of our flat at the time. We lived in a townhouse that had it was narrow and 3 stories kind of a thing. It filled all the way to the top of the house. And I remember sitting in the bathroom on the top floor, just sitting. You know how sometimes you just have to go into the bathroom and remove yourself because you don't know what else to do in that moment? Yes. And trying to plug my ears, and still I could feel the energy of the vibration of her howling through the air vent. And a voice of wisdom spoke to me there and said, you have to go and scoop her up. You cannot abandon her. And I felt so clear that even in my limited capacity at the time, I was so frustrated and so done, so tired. You know how this is, so done and so tired. I knew this was guidance to me as well. We can't abandon her, our inner one. We can't abandon her now. We can't ignore her. We can't shush her. We can't, or him, sorry. We got to be there for us now. We got to. So please, let's do that. And we'll keep rolling. Keep holding yourself when you don't know what to do. Keep holding yourself. Keep loving yourself. It's actually very simple. There's no need to future forecast because you and I have no idea of the miracles coming. And I wouldn't want to get in the way of divine creation, would you? I don't even want to get in there and mess with things. I just want to wake up and be excited about this day and me and you hanging out, me and you getting closer, me and you shining brighter, me and you making it better for someone else, me and you having a beautiful day. That's what I want. So I am going to release my terror, my fear, my worry if it comes, because, we're all having moments. There's no need to feel any kind of energy around that. Embarrassed, ashamed, worried, judging yourself, being hard on yourself. No, we're all going to have moments. And like Abraham Hicks would say, Esther Hicks channeling Abraham, it's just an opportunity to choose again. It's contrast telling you, choose again, choose again. So, yeah. So that's my love bomb to you today. I hope it serves you. I hope it's helpful. And, coming up we'll have inspiration. And I've got a great letter for this week. I love you. If you can think of somebody that would be helped knowing about this podcast, I would love you to share this on. If you see me sharing it somewhere, just hit the forward button or the share button. I would so appreciate that. I notice that there are so many people stepping up and sharing now, and I love that. And I truly believe it's because it is one message being shared in so many facets of the same diamond. So some people share a message of comedy. I love the memes going around. There's a lot of really funny memes going around. Some people share their message in art, in paintings, in creative expression. A friend of mine who's a musician is sharing her music. Friends of mine sending out paintings. Lots of us are doing it in lots of different ways. There are people showing how to build gardens now, how to cook, things like that. So I do believe that it's one message going out in lots of different fractals of light. And each of us will resonate differently. So this is that time of supreme choice. You can choose your message, and if this one is yours, if what I share is your message, then good chance your friends and your peepers are going to love this too. So please share this on. So, inspiration today. I'm calling this inspiration today the good stuff because I don't know about you, but I'm on a home quarantine kind of a situation. Anybody else in the house on home quarantine? Oh, yes, all the hands are going up in the air. Okay, good. So, who has stuff they save for special occasions? Anyone? I have, little bars of soap. This morning I had out the waffle maker we got for our wedding gift. Anyone get a waffle maker for their wedding or some other gift? Yeah, you got the fancy Cuisinart thing or the ice cream maker. Now is the time to pull out the good stuff. I said, as long as we're in this sort of apocalypse mode, love apocalypse mode, I'm going to wear tropical clothing. And so I have on a flowery nightgown and flowery pajamas, and they don't even really match, but it brightens me so much. I've got some of my favorite jewelry on today. I did my bedhead just right, trying some new updos. It's very fun. How can you do this for you? How can you and the kiddos do this? How can you and the family do this? How can we encourage each other? Let's use the special stuff. You got art supplies that you've been keeping for a special thing. Let's use them now and realize the good that comes from that. There will be things that occur to you because you chose to do that. It will make you feel better. It will make you feel abundant and juicy and special. And that's what I want for us. So, good things. Good things. Let's give that a whirl now. And I gotta say, it was so exciting. Today, let's see, what else did I do? I opened a new candle. I started a new candle here at the podcast desk. Before I finished the old one, I opened a new bar of soap while I already had one in use. Oh my goodness. Got my cute outfit on. Got some new, I got a new ring on. This is a funny story. I bet we need a funny story right now. Number one husband bought me a ring. I had a birthday back in February. He said, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I said, "I just like a little ring. There's a jeweler on Etsy I really like, and she makes really tiny, tiny things, tiny rings. So this one has rubies and diamonds in it. It's super tiny and relatively inexpensive, but one of those things that today I would never have bought it because I think we are all obviously like, oh, I'm not going to buy anything except toilet paper if I can find any right now, right? We're in that mode a little bit, We're in that mode. So that was my birthday gift. We picked it out together on Etsy and paid for it and sent away for it, whatever, and did not check the address that we said to send it to. And I don't know what it is about Etsy. When you check out on Etsy, it's almost like the last address you sent something to is automatically entered and it doesn't even ask you. It doesn't check. And I didn't pay attention. I am known for sending people gifts for no reason. And I always go on Etsy because I like to support solopreneurs in their handmade endeavors. I know we can go on Amazon all day long and ship stuff, but I want to go where people are trying to thrive in a solo business. So I'm on Etsy buying stuff, sending things to people. So of course, my ring goes to one of my best friends instead of to me. So, and it takes about 6 weeks for this ring to be made, and you know how it is. So I forgot all about it, and I got a text from my friend, and she's like, "Did you send my daughter a gift?" And I said, "I didn't send your daughter a gift." She said, "No, we have a certified package." "Are you sure? Because it's addressed to her." And I'm like, oh God. She said, I wonder if somebody spammed your account or got your credit card and they're buying stuff. And I was like, I still didn't remember it was the ring. So I said, we better check it out. Oh, sure enough. So yeah. So I got a ring in the mail and some extra gifts from my friend because she had to open it, pack it up again and mail it back to me. So funny. So yeah, long story short, I'm wearing that ring now. Put your sweet stuff on. Put things on that make you feel good. I'm voting this time. My dress code is sort of like tropical bohemian goddess. What about you? We can make this fun. It doesn't have to be scary and hard unless we choose that. Even as we're observing things going on, we can stay in that place in our hearts, okay? So I hope that helps you and inspires you. And always, I love to see what you're doing, what you're wearing. You can message me on Instagram or Facebook, Robin Hallett, or hello@robinhallett.com. So this week's letter, I just got it today, and I asked my friend TJ. Hi, TJ. I asked her if I could share this here. It was so sweet. We had connected on my Facebook Live. She had said, thank you so much for showing up consistently, especially now, and shining your light. And I had said to her, wow, I needed to be reminded of that message because I have been seeing people making fun of those of us who are going live a lot, making jokes about it. I don't really get that, but it definitely tied into my worry about being too much, which is my own story from childhood. So I had been worrying that people are going to get sick of hearing from me. People are going to be inundated. You know how that... what is that? Social media fatigue. Maybe they're going to get Robin fatigue. I don't know. So I had that story going, and I am working to offer those things up to my, spirit. Take this, take the wheel. Remember that song, Jesus, Take the Wheel? Boy, that could be a good anthem for us now. Take the wheel. I don't want to worry about this because I want to show up and shine. So TJ shows up and says that exact thing. And it was just in that moment that my ego mind was thinking that again, right while I was doing the live. Isn't that wild? Here we go. Hi, Robin. I just saw you on Instagram. Your work cheers me up so often that I'm going to take a minute to hopefully spread some cheer to you too. Several weeks ago, I was cooking dinner and listening to your podcast when my 12-year-old son came down the stairs and gave me the look that kids do when they wonder what the heck you're listening to. It was the end of the episode when your song kicks in. I know it's a ukulele, but for whatever reason, I always think of it as the banjo song. My son's face was utter bewilderment when I started singing him the words by heart. You are a precious gem, and I love you. Do, 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 do. I don't know how to read that part out. He's sort of at that age where they usually just turn on their heels and leave the room. But for whatever reason, he came into the kitchen and started bouncing his head as I sang to him. By the second round of doot, doot, doos, he was dancing and hopping around. By the third time, he made cactus arms and was thrusting his elbows forward like he was at some kind of rave as we laughed together while I continued to sing him the words to the end. We were our own dance party. I begged him to recreate it on video so I could send it, but of course he refused. It doesn't matter though, because now every time I listen to your podcast, I listen all the way to the end and smile at that memory of silly fun we had, our own energy responding to your love song. It makes me so happy every time I think of it. You know, when we're struggling and they suggest we should go to a happy place, I think that's going to be one of the happy places in my mind for years to come. Thanks for all you do, Robin. Your work is really important, and I suspect that you touch more people than you even realize. Stay safe during the shelter. And feel free to reach out if you need another friend. I'm in your time zone. Love, TJ. Wow. And friends, TJ, you can connect with her at the handle @wordsickles on Instagram. She's got some great writing prompts there for you and other inspiration. Wow. My heart, my heart, my heart. Thank you so much. All that to say, you guys, we never know, and so we really should just shine. And the weirder it seems to you, probably the righter it is for someone else. The more you worry and judge it, probably because it's that spectacular and helpful. And that's what we can do now. Send our love, not our worry. Not exacerbate our terror or anyone else's, and really work to be a force of love, because love is all there is. Only love is real. And what TJ is describing there is what I call a miracle. Who knows how her son has been lifted by that, by watching his mama in her amazing light, offering her love, not holding back, believing, oh, he's giving me the look. He's thinking I'm a weirdo. I'm going to tone down my woo. Don't want to be made fun of. Don't want to get the eye roll again, And if you work it backwards, that was Robin, me too, on the live going, uh-oh, I hope people don't think I'm a weirdo. I hope they're not annoyed, tired of hearing from me. I saw those memes today about making fun of people doing too many Facebook Lives now, and look at that. But she was there for me, and lots of you have been saying it. So let's continue to lift each other. Let's continue to lift each other. Let's continue to shine. Let's continue to be love for one another, because that's the only thing that's real, that we can count on. And it's really the thing we want to be transmitting now. So thanks again so much for your letter, TJ, and friends. I can always use a letter for an upcoming episode if you have one. If there's anything you'd like to hear me talk about, especially now in Corona land, I am so happy to do that. I love to take requests. So write to me at hello@robinhallett.com or message me on social media, and I'll be glad to do that. Well, my friend, that wraps another beautiful episode. I hope it really helped your heart today. And remember to share it on with somebody who could use it. Let's continue to lift each other and be that sparkler for one another. I'm going to go make some more yummy food and snuggle in with number one. Don't forget about the Healing Circle on Thursday. And you can find me at 9 a.m. on the lives on Instagram. And they also pass through to Facebook. So if you're more of a Facebook pal, then no worries, you'll see it there. Well, I love you. I hope you will stick around and listen to the song and sing it with me. Me and number one. We recorded that song in minutes. Isn't that always the way? The best stuff just comes right through without any need to edit or worry. So this has been me, Robin, Love Sparkler, home quarantine bohemian goddess, Hallett. I love you, and I will see you here, you know where. I'll see you here next week or in a few minutes. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye-bye. Life is very short, let's make the very most of it. You are a precious gem and I love you. We are here to shine and shine bright. You are a gem and I love you. Life is precious and you are a spark of the divine. So shine like you know it, rock it like you mean it, 'cause you really, really mean it, and mean it, and mean it, and mean it, and mean it. Don't let crispy people tell you that you aren't sparkly, 'cause you are, 'cause you are, 'cause you are. Thank you. I like that. I love it, honey. Thank you. Give me a kiss.